Welcome, dear dreamers, to your calm and mysterious corner of the night. This is your storyteller, and you're listening to Sleepy Kingdom. If you enjoy this journey, don't forget to follow and leave a gentle like. It helps our stories travel farther through the dream world. Now, take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's drift together into tonight's tale. Welcome, dear dreamers, to a quiet corner of the night where the waves whisper secrets and the stars listen carefully. This is your storyteller, and tonight we are about to drift into the tale of eternal waves. Take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, put on your headphones if you like, close your eyes, and let the world outside fade away. It was a night like no other, the ocean calm yet mysterious, and the great ship Titanes, proud and shining under the moonlight, sailed smoothly across the endless horizon. No one on board knew that this voyage would be etched into eternity, not as a simple journey, but as a story that would touch hearts forever. Among the passengers was Evelyn, a young woman full of curiosity and quiet courage. She had come aboard not for luxury, but to see the world and find a story of her own. Her cabin overlooked the deck, where lanterns glowed softly, reflecting in the water below. The gentle rocking of the ship was almost like a lullaby, coaxing her into a calm sense of anticipation. Yet, in the shadowed corners of the deck, something unusual stirred. A soft shimmer of light danced on the waves, almost like the ocean itself was alive and aware of the travelers. And for some reason, Evelyn felt it. A subtle pull in her heart, a quiet whisper in her mind, telling her that the night held more than simple stars and sea. As she walked along the deck, the air thick with the scent of salt and distant rain, she heard it. A faint hum beneath the wind, almost imperceptible, yet strangely rhythmic. It seemed to call her name. Evelyn. Evelyn. She paused, listening carefully. Her heart thumped with a mixture of fear and excitement. Something extraordinary awaited, and she could feel it in every fiber of her being. At the same time, in the grand ballroom below, passengers laughed and danced, oblivious to the subtle magic weaving through the night. The ship's orchestra played a gentle waltz, a melody that seemed ordinary yet held a strange resonance, as if the notes themselves were messages from the depths of the ocean. Evelyn, guided by the mysterious pull, wandered away from the cheerful crowd. The lanterns along the deck flickered, responding in subtle rhythm to her steps. She reached the bow of the ship and looked out into the endless sea. There, beneath the moonlight, she saw it, a ripple unlike any she had ever known, a silver shimmer that moved against the current as if it had a life of its own. And then, just for a heartbeat, the ship itself seemed to breathe with her. The wood, the sails, the very air, all alive and aware. The hum became clearer, more defined, almost like a song. Evelyn leaned over the railing, mesmerized, knowing deep inside that the journey she had embarked upon was no ordinary voyage. Evelyn, the song whispered again, soft and warm, yet carrying an authority that made her shiver. Follow the eternal waves. With that, she knew there was no turning back. Tonight, the ocean was calling, and she would answer. The night deepened, and the ship's gentle sway became a rhythm in Evelyn's chest. She stayed at the bow, eyes fixed on the silver shimmer moving through the waves. The rest of the passengers were laughing, dancing, and talking, unaware of the subtle magic that wrapped the ocean around the Titanes. The hum she had heard earlier grew slightly louder, but it was not frightening. It was inviting. Each note seemed to brush against her mind, weaving images of distant lands, hidden treasures, and forgotten stories. Evelyn could not resist. She felt herself leaning forward, almost as if the ship itself was guiding her steps. As she walked along the deck, the shimmer in the water shifted and seemed to form a path. The moonlight glinted off the waves, lighting her way as if the ocean had become a road of silver. Her heart thumped faster, but her fear was mingled with exhilaration. Below deck, the grand ballroom's music continued, but now Evelyn noticed something strange. The melody seemed to synchronize with the hum from the ocean. It was almost as if the orchestra's notes were echoing the whispers of the sea, creating a harmony that only she could hear. She passed the captain's quarters, where a faint glow flickered behind the portholes. Her curiosity pulled her closer. The light was not ordinary. It pulsed like the heartbeat of something vast and unseen. Evelyn's fingers brushed the wooden railing, feeling the warmth of the polished deck beneath her touch. "Follow the waves," the whisper called again. This time, it was accompanied by the soft touch of a breeze that seemed almost purposeful, guiding her steps. Evelyn reached a section of the deck she had never seen before. The lanterns here were different, shaped like tiny orbs of moonlight, floating just above the railing. They pulsed softly, almost alive, and she realized they were reacting to the shimmer in the ocean below. Each pulse of light matched a ripple in the water, creating a rhythm that felt ancient and alive. Her mind began to wander into possibilities. Could the ship itself be alive? Were these whispers real, or was she imagining it all? But the pull in her heart left no doubt. This was real. Something extraordinary awaited her, something beyond ordinary life, beyond the boundaries of human understanding. Suddenly, a shadow moved beneath the waves. It was enormous, a shape darker than the silver glow around it. Evelyn froze, breath caught in her throat. But the shadow did not attack. Instead, it moved gracefully, circling the ship, almost as if it were watching, protecting, or perhaps testing her. The hum turned into a faint melody, each note tugging at a memory she did not know she possessed. She remembered stories her grandmother had whispered, tales of the ocean's spirits, guardians of ships, and keepers of secrets hidden in the depths. Was this what her grandmother had meant? Could this shadow be one of them? Evelyn took a careful step forward, heart racing yet steady, driven by something stronger than fear. She knew that if she hesitated now, she might lose the chance to witness what the ocean was showing her. The shadow moved closer, and then, as if responding to her courage, the silver shimmer beneath the waves began to swirl, forming shapes, symbols she could not recognize, yet they felt familiar in a way that stirred her soul. Each ripple told a story that was meant only for her. She realized then that this voyage was not about reaching a destination on a map. It was a journey of discovery, of herself, of the ocean, of something timeless and eternal. A faint voice joined the melody now, deeper than the first whisper, resonating in the very air around her. "Evelyn, seeker, are you ready to see what lies beneath?" Her breath hitched, and for a moment, the world seemed to pause. The ship, the ocean, the stars above, everything waited. Evelyn nodded, though she knew no one else was there to see it. Her heart and mind were aligned with the rhythm of the waves, the pulse of the shimmering path, and the melody that guided her onward. Then, as if granting permission, the shadow beneath the water moved aside, revealing a staircase of silver light rising from the depths. Each step glowed softly, inviting her to descend into a world hidden beneath the surface of the ocean. A world that few had ever seen and fewer still had returned from. Evelyn hesitated for only a heartbeat. Then, with a steady breath, she stepped forward, leaving the familiar deck behind. The air shimmered. The hum grew into a melody of infinite notes, and she felt herself being lifted, not by the ship, not by the waves, but by the pull of something vast, magical, and eternal. As her foot touched the first glowing step, the moonlight above seemed to bend, the stars reflecting in the water like droplets of liquid silver. The ocean whispered in a voice that was not merely sound, but feeling itself. "Welcome to the hidden depths of eternal waves." Evelyn took a deep breath, ready to begin the journey that would forever change her understanding of the world, of courage, and of the mysteries that lie beyond what eyes can see. The glowing staircase beneath Evelyn's feet stretched into the ocean like threads of liquid silver, twisting and turning in ways that defied the usual rules of gravity and light. Every step she took resonated softly, as though the ocean itself was acknowledging her courage. The hum, once faint, now grew into a full, melodious chorus, a song of deep waters, ancient and eternal, wrapping around her senses. As she descended, the world above blurred. The stars and moon, once sharp in the night sky, became reflections in an endless pool of shimmering light. She felt the cool embrace of the water, yet it did not chill her. Instead, it carried warmth, as if the ocean was welcoming her into its secret heart. The steps ended at a vast underwater hall, illuminated by bioluminescent flora that waved gently in currents she could not feel. Towering coral-like formations rose from the ocean floor, glowing with colors she had never seen. Soft blues, warm golds, and subtle silvers that reflected the melody in the water. Each pulse of light matched the rhythm in her chest, syncing her heartbeat with the rhythm of the ocean. A soft presence approached, not a shadow, but a figure shaped of water and light, fluid yet distinct. It spoke without words, not in sound but in thought, a resonance she felt in the core of her being. "Evelyn," it said gently, "few have the courage to follow the waves into the depths. Fewer still understand the song that guides the world unseen. Here, you may see what lies beyond the surface, not only of the ocean, but of yourself." Evelyn felt a thrill of awe and fear. She wanted to ask 100 questions, yet she could only nod. Her mind and heart were aligned with the rhythm of this strange, beautiful world. She realized that the lessons she had sought on land, courage, understanding, and the beauty of the unknown, were waiting for her here beneath the waves. The water figure extended a form resembling an arm, guiding her toward a passageway framed by arches of coral that shimmered like crystal. As she walked, the light shifted and danced, showing glimpses of the world beyond. Ruins of ships long forgotten, gardens of undersea life moving in perfect harmony, and creatures she had only imagined in stories, now vivid before her eyes. A sense of time began to fade. Minutes stretched into hours, yet Evelyn felt no fatigue. The deeper she went, the more the ocean seemed alive, responding to her thoughts, her courage, and her presence. Each step felt like a lifetime, yet she was carried effortlessly, as though the sea itself wanted her to discover its hidden wonders. Suddenly, she noticed a small cluster of glowing orbs hovering near a broken ship's hull. The orbs pulsed in a soft, calming rhythm, and she realized that each contained a memory, fragments of lives, voyages, and stories long lost to the world above. She reached out, and as her fingers brushed the surface of one, a vision appeared in her mind, a family laughing on deck, a captain gazing at the horizon, a child dropping a tiny toy into the waves. Each memory was vivid, alive, and yet fleeting, like smoke shaped into moments of time. The water figure watched silently, and Evelyn understood. These were the stories the ocean had preserved, not just of loss, but of life, courage, and love. The ocean itself was a keeper of history, and she had been chosen to witness it. Moving further, Evelyn came upon a grand chamber, the walls decorated with carvings of ancient sea symbols, unknown constellations, and mysterious creatures. The hum became a symphony, the notes weaving through the arches and columns, speaking to her directly. She could feel meanings forming in her mind, truths too vast for ordinary words. This is the heart of the ocean, the figure communicated. Here, those who seek may learn the songs of the deep, the balance of all currents, and the paths unseen by surface eyes. But with this knowledge comes responsibility. For what you see, you must carry with care. Evelyn's chest tightened with both awe and a solemn understanding. She was not here for treasure or glory. She was here to witness, to learn, and to remember. She realized that the pull she had felt on the ship, the shimmer in the waves, the hum in the night, was not just a call to adventure. It was an invitation to understanding. A sudden movement caught her eye. A great creature, majestic and radiant, approached from the shadows. Its form was part whale, part shimmering dragon, scales reflecting the entire spectrum of light in the chamber. Its eyes held wisdom older than any human memory, yet gentle and welcoming. You are ready, it seemed to say, to see the truths beneath. Follow, and the ocean will reveal what few have witnessed. Evelyn followed the creature through winding passages, each turn revealing new marvels. Glowing gardens of plant life, schools of luminous fish forming intricate patterns, and structures that hinted at civilizations long forgotten by the surface world. Every step deepened her understanding. Every note of the hum connected her closer to the heartbeat of the ocean itself. Hours passed, though she could not tell. And then, at last, they reached a circular chamber at the center of this hidden world. In its heart floated a vast orb of light. Neither sun nor moon, but something entirely its own. It radiated warmth, calm, and wisdom. Evelyn felt it calling her, not with words, but with a deep resonance that reached into her very being. She stepped closer, and the creature bowed, acknowledging her readiness. The song of the ocean, it whispered in thought, is not just sound. It is life, memory, and possibility. Remember it well, and carry its lessons to those who listen above. Evelyn reached out to the orb, and a wave of understanding, emotion, and clarity flowed through her. She saw the interconnectedness of all things, the ships, the stars, the creatures, the ocean, and even herself. Her heart swelled with awe, wonder, and a profound sense of belonging. The hum now became a single, gentle note, resonating through the chamber and her soul. She realized that the journey was far from over, but she was no longer afraid. The ocean had accepted her, the waves had guided her, and she had found a place in the eternal rhythm of the deep. And as she stood there, surrounded by light, sound, and the heartbeat of the hidden world beneath the ocean, Evelyn understood. This was the beginning of her true voyage, a journey that would continue far beyond the surface, and far beyond what she had ever imagined. Evelyn stood before the glowing orb, feeling its warmth ripple through her chest like a heartbeat in sync with the ocean itself. The chamber around her shimmered with an ethereal light, reflecting every movement as if the walls themselves were alive. She could hear the faint whispers of the currents, each carrying stories, secrets, and memories long forgotten by those above the waves. The creature that had guided her, a majestic being part whale, part dragon, circled gracefully, its scales casting rainbows of soft light on the surrounding walls. Though immense, its presence was calming, almost parental. Evelyn realized that this was not just a guide, but a guardian of the deep, a protector of the ocean's secrets and its stories. "You have come far." The creature communicated through thought, a warm resonance that echoed in her mind. Few possess the courage to leave the familiar surface and walk the path of the unknown. Here, the ocean tests those who seek, and only those who listen with heart and mind may understand its truth. Evelyn nodded, a mixture of reverence and anticipation filling her. She had never felt more alive or aware of the world around her. Every ripple, every flicker of light seemed to convey purpose and intention. As she moved deeper into the chamber, she noticed something remarkable. A series of arches made entirely of translucent coral, each etched with intricate symbols and designs. The carvings seemed to move subtly, like they were telling a story, not through words, but through shape, light, and rhythm. She could feel the emotions they carried: joy, sorrow, courage, loss, hope, all layered together in a tapestry older than humanity. The hum that had accompanied her since the ship now rose into a melody, gentle yet profound. It spoke to her in ways she could not entirely articulate, yet she understood. It was as if the ocean itself was singing, teaching her the language of the waves, the rhythm of life beneath the surface, and the subtle dance of time and memory. A faint light began to glow in a corner of the chamber, drawing her attention. Moving closer, Evelyn discovered a circle of orbs, each containing miniature visions of events long past. Ships setting sail, explorers discovering hidden lands, creatures of the deep interacting with one another in harmony, and people experiencing moments of profound realization. These are the echoes of those who came before, the guardian conveyed. The ocean remembers all, protects all, and waits for those ready to learn and to carry its wisdom to the surface world. Evelyn approached the orbs, feeling a strange sense of familiarity. One, in particular, caught her eye, a vision of a young boy standing on a deck very much like the Titanic's, looking out at the endless waves with wide, wondering eyes. She reached out, and instantly, the boy's all became hers. She could feel the wind on his face, hear the creaking of the deck, and understand his wonder. It was then she realized the ocean was not only preserving memories, but sharing them with those who were worthy. Each memory was a lesson, a story, a song, and she was meant to listen, absorb, and eventually share. The guardian moved closer, nudging her gently with a fin of light. "Time here is different," it explained. "Moments may stretch or fold, but all lessons are preserved. What you learn here, you must carry back." The ocean allows those who respect it to glimpse the eternal, to understand the delicate balance of life, and to see the threads that connect all things. Evelyn's mind reeled, not from confusion, but from the depth and richness of what she was witnessing. She felt gratitude, humility, and a growing sense of purpose. She had come seeking curiosity, perhaps a story, and now she held something far more valuable: understanding. Suddenly, a soft ripple ran through the chamber, and the water figure gestured toward an opening at the far end. Beyond it lay a tunnel of shifting light, flowing like liquid rainbows. The hum of the ocean grew louder, richer, as if encouraging her to proceed. Evelyn knew instinctively that the next stage of her journey awaited there, a passage to places even deeper, where the most ancient secrets of the ocean were kept. Taking a deep, steadying breath, she stepped forward. The tunnel enveloped her in gentle light. The whispers of the ocean now clearer than ever. They spoke of courage, patience, and the interwoven nature of life. Evelyn realized that she was becoming part of something far larger than herself. Every step she took echoed with purpose, resonating with the melody that had guided her from the bow of the Titanic. And as she walked, the Guardian followed silently, its presence a comforting reminder that she was not alone. Together, they moved into the depths, where the unseen currents carried wisdom older than the stars themselves, and where Evelyn would discover that every wave, every shimmer of light, every soft note of the ocean's song held a story waiting to be told. The journey was far from over, yet Evelyn felt a serene certainty. She understood, in a way deeper than words, that the ocean had chosen her, not to dominate or conquer, but to witness, to learn, and to share its eternal waves with the world above. The tunnel of shifting light carried Evelyn deeper into the heart of the ocean. Each step felt weightless, as if the water supported her like a gentle cradle. The colors around her shimmered and danced, painting the walls with moving rainbows that seemed to breathe in rhythm with the hum of the ocean. At the end of the tunnel, the water opened into a vast chamber, a hidden city unlike anything Evelyn had ever imagined. Structures rose from the ocean floor, made of crystal, coral, and light, forming towers, bridges, and plazas that pulsed with soft luminescence. Strange, beautiful creatures moved gracefully through the streets, their forms fluid and radiant, blending the qualities of fish, birds, and mythical beasts. Evelyn's breath caught. This is a city?" she whispered, more to herself than to anyone else. "Yes," the Guardian responded, gliding beside her. Its voice was calm, warm, and resonant in her mind. "This is the city of eternal currents. Few have walked these streets. Fewer still have left with knowledge intact. Every being, every building, every ripple of light carries a story. This is a place where the ocean keeps its secrets and preserves its wisdom." As she wandered through the streets, Evelyn noticed inscriptions glowing softly on the walls, symbols and patterns that conveyed information beyond ordinary language. The Guardian explained that the ocean communicated here in forms of energy and thought, allowing those with open hearts to understand truths that words could never express. In the city's Grand Plaza, a circle of orbs floated in mid-water. Each orb contained a vision, a memory, a moment preserved from countless voyages, lives, and stories long forgotten. Evelyn reached out to one, and instantly, a memory enveloped her. A ship sailing through a storm, waves towering over it, sailors struggling to maintain control, yet hope and courage burning brightly in their hearts. "These memories are lessons," the Guardian said. "They are the history of the ocean and the essence of life. To witness them is to understand the cycles of courage, love, and loss. Each seeker is allowed to take what they need and leave the rest for future travelers." Evelyn felt a quiet reverence. She walked through the city, encountering beings that radiated calm intelligence and wisdom. Some were studying floating texts made of light. Others communicated through harmonized notes that echoed through the plaza. The air, or rather, the water, vibrated with knowledge, a gentle, continuous hum that seemed to reach every corner of the city. Then, at the far end of the plaza, she noticed a spiral tower, taller than anything else. It glowed with a golden light, unlike the silver shimmer that had guided her before. She sensed instinctively that this tower held a significance beyond any other structure in the city. "This is the Tower of Currents," the Guardian explained. "It holds the deepest secrets of the ocean, the knowledge that connects all lives above and below the waves. Only those who have proven their courage, patience, and empathy may enter." Evelyn's heart quickened. She knew that she was ready. Every step she had taken, from the deck of the Titanes to the depths of the hidden tunnels and through the grand halls, had prepared her for this moment. As she approached the entrance, the tower itself seemed to sense her presence. The golden light shimmered and pulsed in response to her heartbeat, opening a path for her to enter. Inside, the spiral staircase wound upwards in a gentle curve, lined with floating symbols and streams of liquid light. The hum transformed into a symphony, each note telling a story of balance, courage, and eternal flow. Step by step, Evelyn ascended, feeling a growing understanding of the interconnectedness of life. The lessons she absorbed were not only about the ocean, but about patience, empathy, and the subtle forces that guide all beings. She realized that the city of eternal currents was more than a place. It was a teacher, a living library of experience, wisdom, and memory. At the top of the tower, a chamber opened into a dome of liquid gold and silver, where currents of light wove intricate patterns across the walls. In the center floated an orb, larger and more radiant than any she had seen before. It seemed to contain all the energy, memory, and knowledge of the ocean itself. "This is the heart of the ocean," the Guardian whispered. "Here, you may glimpse the eternal flow, the unseen threads that connect every life, every wave, every story. But remember, knowledge carries responsibility. What you learn must be shared with care, for the balance of the world depends on those who carry understanding." Evelyn reached out, and as her fingers brushed the orb, a wave of clarity, calm, and profound understanding washed over her. She saw the lives of countless sailors, the journeys of mythical beings, and the delicate harmony of life beneath the waves. It was overwhelming, yet comforting. She understood that she was now a part of this eternal flow, a witness, a learner, a guardian in her own right. And as she stood there, enveloped in the golden light and the symphony of the ocean, she knew that her journey had only just begun. Beyond the surface world, beyond fear, beyond ordinary perception, she had found a new rhythm, the rhythm of the eternal waves and the infinite stories they held. The golden light from the heart of the ocean still lingered in Evelyn's mind as she descended the spiral staircase from the tower. Each step she took resonated with a newfound clarity, a subtle understanding of the ocean's rhythm and flow. Yet, the guardian beside her moved with a quiet urgency, as if reminding her that her journey was far from complete. "This path," the creature communicated, "will test your courage, your heart, and your understanding. The ocean reveals truths, but only those ready may pass. Fear and hesitation will cloud the lessons. Trust the currents and let them guide you." Evelyn nodded, feeling a mixture of excitement and nervous anticipation. The tunnel ahead shimmered with silver and blue light, stretching into the unknown. Each pulse of the water hummed in tune with her heartbeat, gently urging her onward. As she progressed, the surroundings began to shift. The walls of the tunnel seemed to close in slightly, and the current swirled in unexpected directions, creating a maze of flowing paths that required careful navigation. Evelyn realized that she would need to trust not only her senses, but her intuition to move forward. The first trial appeared as a vast chamber filled with swirling whirlpools, each glowing faintly with a unique color. The guardian hovered at the edge, its eyes reflecting calm assurance. "These are the trials of reflection," it explained. "Each current holds a vision, a challenge from your own heart and mind. You must confront them, accept them, and learn. Only then will the path continue." Evelyn approached the first whirlpool cautiously. As she gazed into its luminous depths, she saw visions of herself, moments of doubt, fear, and hesitation she had carried in her heart. Faces of people she had known, choices she had made, and paths she had left unexplored floated before her eyes. The ocean whispered, "Do you understand your own currents, Evelyn? Can you face them without faltering?" Her chest tightened. Memories of lost opportunities, regrets, and moments of hesitation surged through her, yet she felt a growing calm within. She remembered the lessons of courage and empathy she had gathered so far. The understanding that life was a balance of action, reflection, and learning. With a deep breath, she reached toward the whirlpool, touching its glowing surface. The vision shifted, transforming her doubts into understanding. Each mistake, each fear, became a wave of insight, flowing into the currents of the chamber. The second whirlpool shimmered with a soft golden light. As Evelyn approached, it revealed her greatest hopes and dreams. Visions of courage, acts of kindness, and the potential she held within. The ocean spoke. "Do you honor your own light as you confront your shadow?" Evelyn felt warmth spread through her being. She realized that acknowledging both her fears and her hopes was part of the journey, part of understanding the rhythm of the eternal waves. She stepped into the current, letting it envelop her, and felt a gentle lifting, as if the ocean itself was carrying her forward. One by one, she moved through the remaining whirlpools. Each challenged her perception, her courage, and her heart. Some forced her to face regrets long buried. Others illuminated moments of joy and clarity she had overlooked. By the time she reached the final current, Evelyn felt transformed, not by magic alone, but by the acceptance and understanding of herself and the world around her. The last current led her into a vast open expanse beneath the ocean, where the water glowed with soft silver and deep sapphire hues. Here, the guardian spoke once more. "You have completed the trial of currents, Evelyn. Few possess the courage and heart to pass through all visions unshaken. Now, the ocean trusts you to carry its wisdom. You are ready for the final stage of your journey, to witness the unseen heart of the eternal waves." A bridge of liquid silver rose from the depths, connecting this chamber to a towering formation beyond. Evelyn stepped forward, feeling the currents guiding her steps with gentle insistence. Above her, schools of glowing fish formed patterns that seemed like a dance of light, welcoming her to the next realm. As she reached the top, she looked around and saw the expanse of the hidden ocean city stretching infinitely, its light reflecting in a vastness like countless stars beneath the sea. Every structure, every creature, every pulse of energy carried a story, a lesson, a song. Evelyn realized that this world was not only magnificent, but deeply alive, a living testament to the rhythm and wisdom of the eternal waves. And in that moment, she understood that her journey was not merely exploration. It was a responsibility to remember, to honor, and to carry forward the lessons she had learned beneath the waves. Her heartbeat synced with the gentle hum of the ocean, a melody that now resonated within her completely. The guardian moved beside her, a silent companion of light and strength. Evelyn knew that the trials were preparation, the city a school, and the heart of the ocean a teacher beyond comprehension. And as she looked toward the horizon of glowing water, she felt a profound sense of calm. A calm that came not from the absence of fear, but from the embrace of understanding, courage, and the eternal rhythm of the waves. Evelyn stood at the edge of the glowing bridge, gazing into the infinite expanse of the hidden ocean city. The city stretched in all directions, vast and serene, its light reflecting in the water like countless stars. Every movement, every shimmer, seemed purposeful, as if the currents themselves carried intentions she could almost understand. The guardian floated silently beside her, a presence of calm guidance. Beyond this bridge, it said, lies the abyss of memories. Here, the oldest truths of the ocean are kept, guarded by currents that flow through time itself. Few have ventured here, and fewer have returned with full understanding. Evelyn's breath hitched with a mix of excitement and apprehension. She had faced whirlpools of reflection, learned the songs of the currents, and witnessed the beauty of the hidden city. Yet, the abyss felt like a threshold to something far beyond, a place where knowledge, courage, and understanding would be tested together. As she stepped onto the bridge, she felt a subtle pull in the water beneath her feet. The currents seemed alive, responding to her thoughts and intentions. Each step created ripples of light that traveled outward, intertwining with the glow of the city below. When she reached the center of the bridge, the guardian paused. Evelyn, the abyss will show you visions of the past, present, and possibilities yet to come. You must observe without fear, embrace without judgment, and remember without attachment. Only then will the ocean grant you the truths it has preserved for millennia. Evelyn nodded, feeling a quiet resolve settle in her heart. She had come far, and she would see this journey through. Below the bridge, the water deepened into a vast chasm. Glowing shapes moved within, like shadows of memories frozen in motion. As she gazed into the abyss, she saw fragments of countless lives, sailors braving storms, explorers discovering hidden lands, children laughing on the decks of great ships, and mysterious creatures gliding gracefully through the depths. Each vision shimmered, alive with emotion and meaning. A soft whisper carried on the currents. All is remembered, all is connected, all is eternal. Evelyn felt the words resonate within her chest. Each vision was not merely a story, but a lesson of courage, hope, fear, love, and resilience. She reached out, letting her fingers brush the surface of the water. Instantly, the visions expanded, wrapping around her senses. She could feel the waves, the winds, the joy and sorrow of those who had come before her. The guardian guided her closer to a central vortex, a spiral of silver and gold light that twisted infinitely downward. This is the heart of the abyss, it said. Here, the oldest memories of the ocean converge. Observe carefully, for understanding comes not from seeing alone, but from feeling, connecting, and embracing the lessons within. Evelyn leaned over the vortex, her reflection merging with the light. She saw her own journey mirrored in the currents, her fears, her courage, her hopes, and her growth. And as she looked deeper, she glimpsed something unexpected, not just herself, but a vision of the ocean's own essence, alive, aware, and eternal. A wave of emotion surged through her. She realized that the ocean's song, the hidden city, the whirlpools, and the tower, all were preparations. The abyss was the ultimate teacher, showing that every action, thought, and intention was part of a greater rhythm, a melody of life that connected all beings above and below the waves. Time seemed to stretch and fold. Evelyn felt herself drifting within the currents, becoming part of the song. The guardian remained beside her, a silent presence of guidance and reassurance. Then, slowly, the currents shifted, forming a gentle upward path. The vortex released her into a calmer chamber, where soft light bathed the walls and soothing hums filled the air. Evelyn understood. She had passed the trial of the abyss. She had seen the ocean's deepest secrets, and in return, the ocean had entrusted her with understanding, courage, and a new sense of purpose. The guardian turned to her, the light in its form pulsating gently. "You are ready, Evelyn, ready to return, to carry the lessons, and to share the eternal song of the waves with those who are willing to listen. But remember, the journey does not end. Life above the waves continues, and the rhythm of the ocean flows through all moments, guiding, teaching, and protecting." Evelyn nodded, a serene certainty filling her. She felt the currents lift her gently, carrying her back toward the bridge, the city, and eventually toward the surface world. The hidden city shimmered beneath her, alive and eternal, and she knew that she had glimpsed something few ever could. As she floated upward, she felt the ocean's voice within her mind and heart, a gentle hum that would forever guide her. She understood now that her journey was not just about discovery, but about connection to herself, to the ocean, and to every being whose story had ever been touched by the eternal waves. And with that understanding, Evelyn began her ascent, the hidden city glowing softly below, the guardian at her side, and the melody of the ocean carrying her gently toward the horizon above, where the first light of dawn would meet the waves. Evelyn felt the gentle pull of the currents lifting her from the hidden city toward the world above. The guardian glided beside her, its form a comforting shimmer of light and strength. The path upward was slow and serene, allowing her to absorb the lessons of the abyss fully. Every ripple of water, every flicker of light, carried the melody of the ocean's eternal song. As they approached the surface, Evelyn noticed the first glimmers of dawn breaking across the horizon. Soft rays of sunlight pierced the water, illuminating her path in hues of gold and silver. The ocean's hum grew faint, transforming into a gentle lullaby that promised guidance, protection, and calm. Before reaching the deck of the Titanes, the guardian paused. "Evelyn," it communicated, "you have seen, learned, and understood the rhythms of the ocean. Carry this knowledge with care. Share the wisdom, not the secrets. Let the eternal waves guide your actions above the surface, and you will honor all that you have witnessed." Evelyn nodded, her heart full of gratitude. The journey had changed her, not through grand triumphs or battles, but through quiet understanding, courage, and connection to something far greater than herself. As she emerged onto the deck, the familiar sounds of the ship greeted her. The passengers were beginning to stir, some moving toward the bow to witness the sunrise, others preparing for breakfast. Evelyn felt a serene sense of normalcy, yet she knew that she had been changed forever. The ocean's song remained within her, a soft, steady pulse echoing in her chest. She walked along the deck, breathing in the fresh sea air, feeling the gentle sway of the ship beneath her feet. Memories of the hidden city, the trials, and the abyss intertwined seamlessly with her awareness of the world above. She realized that life itself was like the ocean, a rhythm of highs and lows, currents and calm, challenges, and beauty. Then, as the sun fully rose above the horizon, Evelyn saw it. The silver shimmer she had followed from the start, now faint but still visible on the water surface. It was a reminder, a message, a promise. The ocean would always be there, guiding, teaching, and protecting, even when unseen. A soft melody floated through her mind, harmonizing with the waves, a song of courage, connection, and the eternal flow of life. Evelyn closed her eyes briefly, letting the music envelop her, grounding her, and filling her with quiet joy. When she opened her eyes, she felt ready to embrace the surface world with the understanding she had gained. She would share stories, not just of adventure, but of empathy, courage, and the hidden wonders that lie beneath the waves. She understood now that true discovery was not about conquest, but about connection and awareness. The guardian lingered a moment longer, shimmering softly beside her. Then, with a graceful movement, it returned to the depths, leaving Evelyn with a sense of calm, protection, and infinite possibility. She watched as it disappeared beneath the waves, knowing that its presence would always remain in the rhythm of the ocean's song within her. Evelyn walked toward the bow, where the passengers had begun to gather, admiring the sunrise. She smiled quietly, her heart full of gratitude and serenity. The journey had been beyond any tale she could have imagined, a voyage of the heart, the mind, and the soul. And as the Titanic sailed smoothly across the morning sea, Evelyn whispered softly to herself, "The waves are eternal, and so is the song within." She knew that while this chapter of her journey had ended, the ocean's rhythm would continue to guide her, in her choices, in her stories, in the quiet moments of life that held profound meaning. The sun rose higher, glinting on the waves, as if the world itself was celebrating her return. And in that light, Evelyn felt the deep, serene truth of the eternal waves, a truth she would carry with her forever. Evelyn walked along the deck of the Titanic, the warmth of the rising sun washing over her. The waves shimmered like liquid silver, and the gentle hum of the ocean seemed to follow her wherever she moved. Though she had returned to the familiar surface world, the lessons and visions from the depths remained vivid in her heart. The guardian's presence was now absent, yet Evelyn felt it everywhere, in the sway of the ship, the rhythm of the waves, and the soft sparkle of sunlight on the water. She realized that the connection she had formed with the ocean was no longer physical, but spiritual, a bond that would guide her life henceforth. A faint shimmer appeared on the horizon, distinct from the sunlight, a glowing pathway stretching across the water. Evelyn recognized it immediately. It was the same silver shimmer that had led her from the deck of the Titanic to the hidden depths. Her heart leapt with both excitement and curiosity. Though she had learned so much, the ocean was offering her one final journey, one last chapter of understanding before her full return to the world above. The shimmer pulsed gently, almost as if it were calling her. Evelyn felt the rhythm of the waves align with her heartbeat, a perfect harmony that guided her steps toward the bow of the ship. She knew instinctively that this path would test her once more, not with fear or doubt, but with courage, insight, and the lessons she had gathered from the abyss, the hidden city, and the trials of the currents. As she approached, the water below began to rise subtly, forming a corridor of shimmering light that seemed to float above the surface. Evelyn stepped carefully, feeling the gentle current lift her slightly, guiding her forward. Each step was serene, yet filled with anticipation, and the melody of the ocean filled her mind with a deep, calming rhythm. At the center of the shimmering pathway, a vision unfolded before her. An endless horizon of possibilities, waves stretching infinitely in every direction, and faint images of lives yet to be lived. Evelyn saw herself, not just in the past or present, but in countless potential futures, each shaped by courage, empathy, and the choices she had made. The ocean's whisper reached her. Every wave, every choice, every heartbeat matters. You are part of the eternal flow. Carry this understanding, and the horizon will always guide you. Evelyn felt a profound clarity. The journey had not been about a single discovery or a hidden treasure. It was about connection to herself, to the ocean, and to the countless lives that intersected with her own. She realized that the shimmer, the currents, the hidden city, and the abyss were all guides, shaping her understanding of the eternal waves that connected every being. A sudden ripple of light danced across the water, forming the image of the guardian. Though not physically present, its message was clear. You are ready, Evelyn. The world above awaits, and your journey will now inspire others who listen to the song of the waves. Evelyn took a deep, steady breath and allowed herself to glide along the silver pathway. Each pulse of light resonated with her soul, and she felt an overwhelming sense of serenity and purpose. She knew that when she returned fully to the ship's deck, she would carry the wisdom of the ocean into the lives of others, through stories, acts of kindness, and the quiet choices that shape the flow of life. The pathway led her back to the deck, where the sunlight now reflected warmly on the waves. Evelyn looked around, the ordinary world blending seamlessly with the extraordinary wisdom she had gained. She smiled quietly, her heart filled with gratitude, calm, and wonder. And in that moment, she understood the final truth of the ocean song. That life is an endless horizon of choices, each ripple touching countless others, each wave carrying the potential for courage, love, and understanding. Evelyn knew that her journey was far from over, yet she also knew that she carried the eternal waves within her, a melody, a rhythm, and a guiding force that would never fade. Evelyn stood on the deck of the Titanic, the sun now fully risen, casting golden light across the gentle waves. The silver shimmer of the ocean's path had faded, leaving only the calm, rhythmic flow of water beneath her feet. Yet, she felt the eternal song within her, a soft, steady pulse that connected her to the hidden city, the abyss, the guardian, and all the lessons she had gathered on her journey. The passengers moved quietly around her, unaware of the vast mysteries she had witnessed beneath the surface. Evelyn smiled softly, understanding that true wisdom is often silent, felt more than spoken. She knew that the ocean had entrusted her with a gift, not of treasure or power, but of knowledge, empathy, and courage. As she gazed at the horizon, a subtle ripple of light appeared far ahead. It was faint at first, then slowly grew into the shimmering pathway she had followed before. Evelyn realized this was the ocean's way of reminding her that the journey of understanding is never truly complete. The waves would continue to teach, guide, and inspire her for as long as she listened. A gentle breeze swept across the deck, carrying with it the scent of salt and the quiet whispers of the waves. Evelyn closed her eyes, letting the rhythm of the ocean fill her senses. She felt the presence of the guardian once more, not as a physical being, but as an essence of protection and guidance, a reminder that courage and understanding are always supported by unseen forces. Then, the waters around the ship began to shimmer more brightly, and Evelyn noticed movement beneath the waves. The creature she had met in the hidden city, radiant, graceful, and alive, emerged, forming a circle around the Titanes. They moved in perfect harmony, their light reflecting across the water, creating a mesmerizing dance of colors and patterns. The passengers gasped at the spectacle, unaware of the depth of its significance. Evelyn watched, her heart swelling with awe and gratitude. She understood now that the ocean song was not just for her, but for all who were open to its rhythm. Life itself was a melody, and each being a note contributing to the eternal harmony. Suddenly, a brilliant wave of light surged from beneath the ship, forming an arching bridge of luminescent energy. Evelyn felt the ocean's guidance more clearly than ever. She stepped forward onto the glowing bridge, her footsteps merging with the currents of light. With each step, the lessons of the abyss, the city, and the trials flowed through her. Courage, patience, empathy, and connection, becoming a part of who she was. At the center of the bridge, Evelyn paused. The horizon stretched infinitely, yet she felt a profound sense of completeness. She realized that victory was not in conquering, but in understanding, in embracing the eternal waves and carrying their lessons into the world above. The guardian appeared beside her one final time, its light radiant and reassuring. "Evelyn," it communicated, "you have walked the path few dare to follow. You have faced trials, witnessed truths, and embraced the eternal song of the ocean. Go now and share this harmony with the world. Let the rhythm guide you, inspire others, and remind all who listen that courage, wisdom, and love are eternal." Evelyn nodded, a serene smile on her face. She stepped back onto the deck, feeling fully present in both the surface world and the infinite rhythm beneath the waves. She knew that the journey she had taken would continue to shape her, guiding her choices, her stories, and her life. The Titanes sailed forward, its course steady, its passengers unaware of the profound adventure that had unfolded beneath them. Evelyn stood at the bow, watching the sun climb higher, the waves sparkling like liquid diamonds. The ocean hummed softly, a lullaby of life, courage, and connection, carrying her forward into the endless horizon of possibilities. And in that light, Evelyn whispered to herself, "The waves are eternal, and so is the song within. I will carry it always." With the melody of the ocean in her heart, Evelyn turned to face the journey ahead, knowing that the harmony she had found beneath the waves would forever guide her, protect her, and inspire all who would one day listen. The Titanes continued to glide across the shimmering water, the eternal waves flowing beneath it, and Evelyn felt, for the first time, that she was truly at home, both above and below the surface, in a world of infinite wonder, learning, and peace. Sparkles, thank you for watching. Sparkles, I hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of the Golden Mountain. Your support means the world. If you like this story, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you won't miss any new adventures. And I want to hear from you. What should I bring to you in the next episodes? More mysterious mountains, magical creatures, hidden worlds, or even completely new tales? Leave your ideas in the comments. I'll be reading every single one, and who knows, your suggestion might inspire the next story. See you in the next dream. Crescent Moon Sparkles.